Yeah, I haven't gotten sick right now.
Jody and George, hello, my friends. Hi, Bill. You're on mute.
Unmute. How you doing?
How's it going?
Great. I'm with man.
Exactly. Hi, Jody. Hi, Jamie. Old friends. Hi, Donna. I know that that's, you know, I guess that's her dog. That's her picture. And I see John's connecting. Jessica's on.
Donna says yes, my dog.
Donna, do you not have audio on your computer?
Maybe she just doesn't want to talk to you.
Right.
That's a
Can you hear me now?
possibility.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Hi, Jessica.
Okay.
Hey,
Tough crowd.
happy almost Friday.
You don't want to
Well,
see me
yeah.
though.
Is it Thursday? Jeez.
It is. It's my Friday though. I'm on PTO tomorrow, so.
Oh,
Ah,
hi, Jamie. You're ratting out your mom right now. Jamie, where's
messaging.
your camera, Jamie? Where's your audio? I don't see you
Hi,
on
Jess.
the camera either.
Bill. Hey, Mon.
And how do you?
Say Jessica.
Hi, Jess.
Hey, Jessica.
Hi.
Clay, you're from Burns?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just wondering who was from Burns.
Burns.
Okay,
Karen's
Yep.
from Burns. Clay's from Burns. We're waiting on John Keener.
two top
Yeah.
rights.
We got a couple more. We should have John coming on, and I
Here's
think
Beth.
Who's the one that helps my dear my dear husband all the time, like
Not on there.
majorly? Oh, she's
Who is it? Someone from my team?
Karen?
Erica, maybe?
I just know since he's been working with you all, he's been closing and solving major, like, you know, commercial E&S
Mm.
issues. So hi.
there's always issues.
Hi.
Well,
Yeah.
see, he passes the paperwork to me, so that's how I
Hey, John.
If there wasn't issues, insurance would be really boring.
It was.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Truth.
Oh, I don't know about that.
John, you have a Christmas tree in your office?
No, that's not a Christmas tree. That's a summer tree. There's
Summer tree.
flip-flops. There's flip-flops. There's butterflies. There's some
Very good.
snorkels and masks.
Is there a
then
Santa
you
dollar
love it.
somewhere?
We're
Oh,
getting
there's
ready
Karen.
we're getting ready to change. Here, you can't see the bottom of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you gonna do like a fall or a
See
Halloween?
the
tree?
fish
Fun.
bucket and yeah, we're getting ready
Oh,
to
I
change it
would
over to a
Slit
Halloween
my
tree.
throat.
I love that.
You should hang out a bunch of liquor bottles on there.
I'm with you, man.
Hey, we're going to the fourth quarter, y'all. Can you believe it? That's crazy.
Insane. Time has literally flown this year.
It's flying. Like I forgot a whole year. Yesterday I was talking to someone. I'm like, yeah, but we did that Christmas party. And she was like, no, that was 2 years ago. I was like, man, that was 2 years ago.
It feels like 2020 was just kind of extended.
Exactly.
No, are you all in
Exactly.
Florida?
Yeah. Where are you guys all? I mean, I know Bill, John,
Mhm.
man, are you in Florida? You're in Florida, right?
Indiana, baby.
You know.
Oh,
We're,
okay.
Yeah.
we're far north. We mess with
Well,
the
that's-
real frozen stuff.
So that's
Yeah.
why you're
It was
starting
cold
early.
today.
Well, and I think I met you at the Brightway. I think we met him at the Brightway convention 2 years ago, right?
Yeah. Well, no, we did have it in 2020. It was right before. So
Oh,
That's
technically,
when so that
almost,
so
almost 2 years ago though.
almost
Yeah,
2 years ago.
I was
And
drunk,
Bill,
remember?
and Bill, I've known you for a while over there in Palm Beach. I'm located
Jupiter.
in Miami, so you guys can stay. I'm so sorry, and I will take the pity. But Bill, you're over in Palm Beach, right?
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Better than Palm Beach. I worked
Right.
on Palm Beach for 23 years.
I love Palm Beach. It's better than down here in Miami. And Jessica, are you in Florida? Or are you outside?
Yes, Gracie and I are both in Jacksonville, and some of our agents here probably have not met Gracie yet. So Gracie, she is new to the marketing team. She's helping me with our carrier relationships, and also our new affiliate passive income program. So that's Gracie up there. And fun fact, Bill, I don't think you know this. You were the first Brightway agent that I ever like really met and had a conversation with in 2015 at the Hyatt, I guess, downtown, where the kickoff meeting was back in the day. You were the first
Yeah.
agent I met. Mhm.
What about
Went
Jessica
well,
Wilson?
obviously.
We're in Tampa Bay, Florida. So and this is
well-
Sean Riley. He's
Hi, guys.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
a veteran in my office.
So you, Clay and Karen are out of Tampa, and we do have an office out of Tampa. Are you working with anybody, Jessica, in Tampa?
Yeah, John Heener,
John
almost
Heener.
every day.
Well, he's supposed to be joining.
He's supposed to be on this call or this
Yeah.
meeting,
He's
so
working on a quote for me.
He's
Yeah,
working
Yeah,
on
I've
that
worked with
post.
him too.
I might
That's
give
more
his cell
important.
phone a call real quick.
Yeah,
Has anyone
working on
broken
a
into
quote.
their
He-
Vine box yet?
Working on a quote.
Exactly. That's what he's gonna tell me. I'm working on a quote for these people. No, I'm just
I gotta get it out.
Get on the call. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna call him real quick and mute myself.
So I'll just make a quick introduction of myself. So my name's Clay Cadlick, and I'm based in the Tampa Bay area, like Kira said. I work on our national retail relations team. So I work on our national agreements that we have across the country with different agency partners. And being in Florida, my region is Florida up to Maine, as well as Pennsylvania. So anything that touches the Atlantic, basically, in addition to Pennsylvania. But I'm here as a resource. You know, you've got Kira as the Florida marketing manager, but I'm another level beyond that. If you have issues or concerns that ever come up, or you want to be connected to someone else because the person you're working with, you just butt heads, whatever the reason is. Obviously love to hear any success stories that come from the offices as well. But really we're here to help solve problems and help promote the relationship. So thank you for everybody's, you know, business and what we're doing together, and just want to keep it up. We're having a great year with you guys as a whole. I think I just had it up and lost it when I changed screens. I believe we're up about 27% with Brightway across the country this year annually, or for the year, I should say, through August. So I think the sky's the limit. I think we're still in a really young relationship with Brightway, and I think there's a lot more that can be done and a lot more room for growth. So we're all excited. And again, thank you for being here.
Thank you for hosting us today.
Sure.
Yeah.
And John is joining here shortly. He's trying to get on. But I'll introduce myself real quick. I mean, most of you guys in Florida know who I am. I'm the marketing manager. Anything Florida related, if you guys need help with who to go to, I'm not a producer, but I help with all things burn. So if you have feedback, good, bad, or indifferent, I'm here to help. So please make sure you utilize me in Florida. If you contact me and you're outside of Florida, I'll get you to the right person. So again, we just wanted to thank you guys for the business, and you know, we appreciate everything that you guys do, but we definitely could be doing more, especially with the market, at least here in Florida. You know, it's wild out here. So we want to be here to help you guys with, you know, the sticky situations. I know, Bill, you've had some luck, you know, over in Palm Beach was a very difficult area. So if any of you, you know, any of you guys have like some success stories or anything you want to share that we've been able to help with these, you know, hard situations here in Florida, that would be great. We'd, you know, love to hear that, just so your, you know, coworkers can hear that as well. That would be awesome. And I see John's connecting, and I see Josh Hicks. Are you on? Can you hear us or see us? You're on mute. I used to visit his office when I was out in the field with another company. So.
Oh, my fault. I think I had everything on mute.
Hi, Josh. How are you?
Oh, okay, that's
Yes.
it.
Hey,
Hey,
Josh.
Hey, how's it going? It's been a long
Going good.
time. Hope all
Yeah.
is well. Now, where do you sit, Josh?
What do you mean?
Like where's it location wise? Where are you?
Oh, we're in Mandarin, Jacksonville.
Yes. Okay. All right. So are you guys currently using us right now? And do you know what we can help with? And
Oh, I've gotten I've gotten like 3 or 4 with y'all over the course of the past couple months because, well, ENS.
Yeah, right. Actually, that's where I graduated from UNF, and that was my first marketing job. So Jim and all those guys, I've known them for many, many years.
What is Karen's last name? Who's in the?
I was just going to jump in and introduce
I
myself.
was waiting for you.
Go ahead, Karen.
I'm Karen Preston. I'm the manager over in the Tampa for personal lines. And I think I've worked with a number of you on the call, and I'm looking forward to growing those relationships. I know we've been successful and we've been, writing some business. So I'm here for any questions you may have now, or you can call me anytime. My phone is working now, Bill.
There you go. There you go.
This is Donna Bavier, and Karen's been awesome to work with. Thank you so much. You're so responsive.
She really has. I've stopped using the other brokerage that we used to go through, and she's helped me place some homes that
We're unplaceable.
The premiums were outrageous. I think the first thing I did with her was a $50,000 premium in a house on the Intercoastal, and or maybe it was the girl that was there for 2 weeks. I don't know. But
that's fantastic. Her boss just joined the line, John Heener. If you want to repeat those nice things everybody's saying about Karen.
Karen, do you need my mailing address for that check or what? Hi, John. I've worked with John also. So you guys are really great. Everybody's responsive, and like in Palm Beach County and the Tri-County area, there's basically no markets.
But lots of wealthy people
that don't want to pay premiums.
Yeah, well, they
don't mind.
The good thing is a lot of them have mortgages, so they have to have insurance.
Right. That's true. Thank God.
They're so wealthy, they don't mind that the premium. They're just as long as they can get insurance.
Well, and that's what we're here for, especially with those types of people, because the problem is with the lower value in Tri-County, Citizens is so inexpensive and the premiums are so high for a $250,000 house. Sometimes it just,
but they don't even write over 700,000 or
right.
99,000. So you got to go somewhere.
That's right. And we appreciate that you guys are going to us, and thank you, Karen, for, jumping on that and doing a great job with turnaround time. That's really in this market. I think that what puts us a little bit more above everybody else is we are responsive to our agents. You guys are a national partner to us, so we pay you additional commission, and we do care about, the relationship overall. It's a national relationship. You guys have me, Clay. If there's any time that you ever need anything, we want to be here for you. So please, if there's issues, reach out. Again, we have resources for you guys if there's any issues, or if you want to call us and tell us all the great things about Karen, you can too. I'm willing to listen to that on a Friday at 4. All right. Well, John, you're the only one who hasn't introduced yourself yet. If you'd like to take the floor.
You're muted, or you're not
muted.
connected to audio.
Roger, we can't hear you.
There we go. You should be good soon.
And Jody, hi Jody, can you hear us and see us? I used to visit Jody's office when they first started, back in the day. Hi Jody.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Hello.
And I know
Good.
you do a lot with John as well.
Yes, I'm just busting his chops and sending some emails.
Did you just send him a nice email?
Well, it was an email.
Asking him where he was?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, wow. I see a lot of people on here that I do about business with. So Jody, Jamie, Jessica, John, Bill, Good to see you guys.
John, you're the star of the show. Of course, you were late, but that's okay. An entrance is okay.
But your
What's
hair
that?
looks fantastic.
You know,
John,
Jody,
John, your hair looks great. Your hair looks really, really
I
good.
know. I still need to come see you, Jody, and get my my sunglasses that have been there now for 3 years.
Oh, well, they look great on me, so no hurry.
No, I mean,
Is this the
I'm,
normal pour?
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to look like?
The insurance
Yeah.
I probably put it to here. These are
Surprised.
samples.
I thought it looks like it would be a lot more.
These are samples. I had to laugh though.
Really?
I was like, I'm just gonna pretend like this is just like a third of a pour and that's normal.
It's the classy restaurant pour. Is what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, that you're like,
Yeah.
hi, that's a sip.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Oh, is that the
Nobody
wine?
will tell.
Is that the wine y'all got?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, you should have got
Yeah.
that too. All of you
No,
should.
I wanted to thank John for the 4 Roses bourbon he sent.
Oh,
Oh,
Four
John, that was so sweet. Here, where's my little reaction?
JK.
Hey,
John
know your
Connor.
agent. That's the best. You know, he doesn't want his wine. He wants his liqueur.
yeah, after these days, the way the market is right now, I probably need that bourbon instead of the wine. You guys know. Anyways, for all of you who don't know me, I'm John Heener. I've worked with Brightway for ever since I started with Burns and Wilcox, and majority of the people I work with are here in Florida. So I don't know if there's any agents outside of Florida on the call or not, but I do anything and everything commercial. So if you have anything that's commercial wise, you can just give me a call or shoot me an email and I can help you. I'll probably not be your friend at the beginning because every single time you email me, I'll tell you I need a supplemental application completed. So I apologize ahead of time. But it's only for your own good, and usually I can get you some pretty good competitive pricing. If you need any referrals or anything, there's a number of people on here: John, Jessica, Jody, Jamie, Bill. I mean, you've all worked with me before, so if you really want to get the scoop about myself, you can call any of them. But yeah, and I also get I pretty much consider myself the go-to for Brightway Corporate. They send me just about every single thing that has to do with Burns and Wilcox, whether it was written with a Florida Burns and Wilcox office or not. They send it to me. So corporate office, they know my name pretty well over there. So especially the renewal teams. So if you see my name come across, but maybe it's a personal line account, it's probably because I've gotten a phone call about it or whatnot. But other than doing commercial, I am the manager for the Tampa office. Yeah, as you all might know, we have 2 offices really in the state of Florida, one in Lake Mary and one in Tampa. So I've been with Burns for 6.5 years. Prior to that, I was on the carrier side for years. So it's always been commercial for me, but I got people like Karen, who is amazing at personal lines. She was actually she was on the agency side, just like you, and Burns Wilcox is actually her first and final stop to wholesale. So yeah, she's been doing really, really well. So if you do send personal lines over, whoever you send it to, I'll probably forward it on to Karen. If vice versa, if you send a commercial lines account to Karen, she'll probably send it over to me. We try to keep all Brightway agents, at least the ones in Florida, with the same producer. So majority of the with some rare exceptions, there might be some accounts out there with other Brightway, owners, with other producers. But for the bulk of the business, Karen pretty much writes, the bulk of Brightway personal lines, and then I write the bulk of Brightway commercial. So commercial is not it's not hard. It only takes a little bit of time to get used to. A lot of agents are when they do personal lines for forever, they're scared to get into commercial. But I just want to let you all know that I'm here to help you. I'll help coach you. I can kind of tell you what is and what isn't covered to the best of my ability. And if you have like those weird risks, that's what I'm here for. Now, sometimes there's some stuff that I just can't do, and I'll just tell you up front. But for the most part, there isn't too much that I can't do. So you're best off just calling me, telling me what you got, or emailing me. And I don't know if you guys would say I'm slow or not, but I consider myself kind of quick in certain circumstances. But the more information you give me, and same thing with Karen, the more information you give her, the better off you're going to be. You'll get kicked to the top of the pile. If you don't send a lot of information and it's a guessing game, then there'll be a lot of back and forth, and we want to prevent the back and forth, because that's time. That's your time. That's our time. And that's time we're not making any money. So, but all of you guys, I think, are here because you're all top Brightway agents with Burns. So I think you all got it pretty much down pat. So I just want to say thank you all for hanging with us, and we've seen Brightway grow year over year. You guys are just killing it. So it just goes to show you it's a relationship business, and we appreciate and we value your relationship for sure.
John, you have a serious question from Man. I need to exclude everything but the floor. Can we write it? Hey, anybody have any commercial questions?
John, I'm asking for a friend at a different agency. That's not my risk.
He's our top contractor guy. John has been doing it for a long time. If you have any questions, he's on the line right now. Obviously he was late. It's hard to get him on the line. And I'm just kidding.
It's not hard to get him on the line.
When he's quoting, that's right. All he wants to do is turn around those quotes for you guys.
By far our quickest commercial.
This is the only
100% goes to John.
I'm on this
Ooh, John, you have some fans out there.
Yeah.
I'm a fan too.
You don't send the supplemental application.
Hey, just all jokes aside though, John, seriously, I'm working with an Indianapolis commercial guy, and we're excluding some weird stuff, some roofs. So hats off to your commercial
so you
guy.
Just got a good.
So but yes, so Kira just hijack you.
Bought this house a year ago.
Yeah.
For sure, thank you.
And
Jessica, I'll pay you later.
I know John has helped me write some really crazy risks over the past few years. I remember the
Tell
first
us
time
about him.
Oh, well.
That would take the whole meeting.
When we first started, I thought John was Burns and Wilcox. I didn't know there was all of you. I thought he was it. And then he told me, he said, hey, you need to fill out an Accord form. And I'm like, what's that?
What?
Is it online? Can I just? So I'll tell you what, he's been great. He held my hand through many a client, and we wrote some facilities for a professional athlete that was, a couple of $1 million facility with, high premiums. He helped me with some medical clients with, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 premiums, and he was always on top of it with all the changes. So he's
and I
come a long way, and he was very helpful.
We're getting ready to write another one, aren't we?
I just sent you over the Accords in the app. We got $14,000 premium for a daycare.
What's an accord?
Did you send the supplemental app?
Now when I send him an email, it's like the first question I ask him is, here's the risk, send me the subs.
Yeah, we do the same thing.
Well, and I think that's a great thing that you have somebody that you can, there's a lot of different commercial lines of insurance, and, to have someone that you can call and like help you through it. If maybe commercial is not your first thing that you do. I mean, you guys do a lot of personal lines. Feel free to reach out to John. He's an expert. He's really good at what he does. He can send you a SUP so you have the questions you can ask. You guys have the best 2 underwriters, in the world on the line right now. John Heener and Karen Preston.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah.
In the world, that's a tall order.
In my experience, yes. So I stand by what I say.
There you go.
If anybody has anything, no, everybody's being so complimentary.
Right. I don't have any money. I'm not going to have any money left after this meeting. If everybody...
So I'll put Karen's info in the chat box
7240.
Does anybody have any other commercial questions? But until we'll pass it over to Karen and see. Hi, Candy.
Hi. Don, we may have a risk for you then.
Perfect.
A major restaurant on the Intercoastal. They also separate entity, but still they want to not package everything, but they'd like to have everything with our agency. They also sell gas when people pull their boats up.
Oh my God.
So you can imagine it's the sizable account. So we'll probably be calling you tomorrow.
Is it like a lot of details. Is it a marina?
Is on the Intercoastal.
He's done a couple marinas for me. So if it's like a marina.
Awesome. Okay. We'll call you tomorrow. That way, because there's a lot of moving parts to this one.
Yeah. Give me a call and we can talk about it. I mean, kind of like what Kira had said. I mean, my background is mostly construction related in the state of Florida, obviously, because the state of Florida has, such a huge construction market. But everything under the sun, I mean, that I've been exposed to at Burns and Wilcox, I mean, we write a lot of property. So, that's a big E&S play. It always has been in Florida. So whether it's a lesser's risk or a manufacturer or whatever, it's a marina, we can look at that type of stuff. We write a good amount of restaurants. The stuff that I like to write are the contractors, the restaurants. I like to write a lot of the landlord, lesser's risk, anything like Main Street America. I like to do like product-driven accounts. So if you have someone who, is let's say they're an importer of some kind of product and they distribute it in the U.S. and it comes from overseas, we like to do that type of stuff. If they're manufacturing it here in the U.S., we like to do that. If we also having more and more markets open up for cannabis-related things. So if you have like CBD product type people, medical marijuana dispensaries, we're starting to see more of that. But really, it's kind of been all over the place just because of the way that the market is. Everybody's shopping their insurance, so we're getting a ton of submissions. And really, the way that you go up in my pile is when you start hitting binders. If I see that John sends me 10 risks and I quoted 8 of them and I only wrote 1, he goes to the bottom of the pile. If he sends me 10 and I quoted 8, he binds 5, of course he's number 1. So
and we can always talk about why, like what's going on, what is it, and please utilize. Is it the turnaround time? Is it the rates? Is it, let's talk about that because, again, on the personal line side, a lot of you guys haven't had to use E&S. So the timing is a little bit longer. When do you go to E&S? If any of your staff or anybody that, and your colleagues need a little bit of training on when to go and what to, how it works. And I know you guys are the specialists, you're on this call, so I'm not talking to you necessarily, but if you're ever in the groups and they're asking you, I know that Donna and Jamie, that you guys have all those, groups in Jacksonville with all the people that are probably starting to use it. And if we ever need to do like a training on when and why, or if you're sending all this over and why we're not binding, like we need to know why we're not binding. If it's something we're doing, let us know. If it's,
So what,
yeah.
One thing you just said, if you have a couple agents, work in your office and they haven't, been getting into the E&S, but they're just starting to, do you have anything on the web type classes they could look at? Or?
So what my class is email me and I will put your direct underwriter on a call like this and we'll go over everything, because at the end of the day, everything changes so rapidly in the E&S world. And talking to Karen directly with your people, like the biggest thing is let us get in front of your people that are doing the work if they're not familiar, or it makes a big difference when we have a meeting like this and sending multiple emails. People read half of what an email says, but we are more than willing to sit on one of these for 20 minutes, and doesn't matter where you are located. We don't have to drive. So, and we'll just sit there and say, here's where we're hitting. This is our recent successes. This is where we're winning. This is our niches. This is what we can, this is what we can't do. Don't send this in Tri-County if it's 1940, on the ocean with not full, like whatever the case may be. Like we are more than willing to set one of these up, and you can go through me, you can go through your underwriter, which they'll CC me, and we'll do one of these for your whole office. And, we've done many of these. And again, since E&S in certain areas of Florida is like a newer situation, especially with personal lines, not necessarily commercial, we would love to kind of handhold and let you guys know how and what we do and explain it. Because I think a lot of agents think we're another admitted carrier and they're just trying to get rate, and that's just not the case. And then when do you send it to E&S? Do they know exactly when to send it to us? Do they know that if we offer like additional coverage, they can get around the diligent effort? If we do an HO5 and they can only get an HO3, they can come to us. Or if the admitted market only wants to do a DP and we can do an HO3 and exclude something, like these are the things we would love to get in front of your agents and your producers and talk about. We'll send a lunch, whatever it is. Like this is, this world is hard because we can't go into the offices, but we're here and we want to help you, your offices do business with us, because I think we're the best E&S option out there. I mean, we are.
And I'll add to that. Corporately, we are working on something. It won't get down into guidelines and what area of Florida needs this, age roof, but we're working to get some stuff put together that we own, one of our divisions is the Kauffman Institute, which is an educational platform that we use. And we're going to have essentially webinars, but they're going to be streamed, or you just click on it at your leisure to go watch it. And it's going to be training in terms of what E&S is, how to work with burns, what the types of things that we'll need. Now, obviously this isn't available yet, so it's something that obviously you would reach out to our group here in Florida and set those up individually. But that is something down the line that we are working to get together and put together that will be specifically for our national partners right out of the gates. And it won't be a charge to it, is what I've been told. And so it will be an option available for your as a resource for your new hires, your younger producers, or anyone that just needs the additional, understanding of what E&S surplus lines business is, whether that's the commercial side or the personal line side. And then, in addition, how to work with us best, when to get things to us, what we would need, and so forth. So we'll let you know as soon as that comes available.
And I think that in your specific, that's amazing too. That's absolutely like a high level overview. I think it's also really good to have a relationship with your underwriters. You guys know, again, I'm talking to the highest of the best of Brightway, but if you have some people that you're hiring and they want to meet Karen via virtual, once you meet people this way, it's a lot this is a relationship business as well. So, Candy, I've known Candy since, gosh, I walked into her office. I think you just, opened in Fort Lauderdale. One of the first agents I was here, went into their office here when I moved down here, when they wanted me to grow this area. If you can believe, that was another company I was with. But, these relationships, like Candy's my girl, like, that kind of stuff matters. Being able to put a face to the name and know who you're working with. I think that, that definitely holds a lot of value. And it's good to see you, Candy. Are you over in Fort Lauderdale? Are you over in Colorado here and there now and then?
Mainly
No more Colorado, huh?
No, I sold Colorado beginning of the pandemic. So it actually right before it happened. So it's kind of good timing. And then just being able to focus on Florida, and it was the smartest decision, because you guys know it's an animal down here and you need 100% focus to be on Florida, not outside of Florida at all.
Well, that's awesome. And Karen, you guys have been doing amazing together, and that's exciting to see.
She's amazing. I actually called her like 20 minutes before this happy hour started.
She is amazing. Ooh, I'm gonna give her a clap. Yay.
I have a question that's kind of I don't know if Brightway people have the same challenges I do, but I would assume they do. The biggest challenge for me with commercial and E&S is the link between our
commercial service,
and the carrier, especially when it comes to a renewal. Obviously Brightway is a different beast, and at renewal time, that's supposed to be handled by the service department. And I'm just wondering, the relationship between Burns and the service department, are the other Brightway agents or myself, how is that being worked or coordinated so that let's say a renewal comes through, it's a 20%, 30% rate hike, or they're having trouble getting a audit done or something like that. Is Burns letting commercial know as well as the agent, or they just letting, it goes through Brightway commercial? Sometimes that gets lost and stuck in the. So I'm wondering, I guess I'm asking a couple Brightway people.
Yeah. Well, and John, I think John can probably speak to that, since, the way you're set up has been a challenge in the E&S world. I used to work for an admitted carrier, and I've worked with you guys for 10 years, and it's totally different on the excess and surplus.
Right.
And the way you're set up can be a little difficult to figure all that out. On the personal line side, I haven't had that much, push,
right,
because we do direct bill. And John can actually answer on the commercial side. And if we can do better, let's know, like, is there something we should be doing? Should we be CCing you and the service? I'm not really sure, but I'll let John take that over.
Yeah, so the way that, our team operates, and then how Brightway wants it done. A lot of times what I try to do is we get renewal lists, right? So we know what's coming up in the next few months. What I tell my team is the larger accounts, they need to be CC'd with the original producing Brightway franchise. If it's 10,000 plus account, 10,000 plus account, like Bill, you're gonna get CC'd on the renewal. Jessica, you'll get CC'd on the renewal. We will, that's what we'll do as far as that goes. Now, if it's $1,000 account, we're sending it to AB Commercial, and then that's it. But if you want to be CC'd, you just need to let us know. Now, as far as rate increases and everything that's going on right now, not just in personal but commercial, I can speak to commercial, and then Karen maybe can say something about personal. But So what we do is, right now the market is bearing roughly 10% at a minimum on a rate increase. If we, and it's relative to size, right? So if we have a $50,000 account that gets a 10% rate increase, obviously that's going to be more impactful than a $1,000 account that gets a 10% rate increase. It's kind of relative to the size of the account. But what I tell my team is that if you see something that from an incumbent carrier that gets renewed, that gets the renewal quote, and the rate increase is exorbitant, meaning let's just say you have a small account, $2,500 account, and it gets a 20% rate increase. It's had 0 losses. We've written it for 3 years. Why is there a 20% rate increase? My team, they know they should be remarketing that account at least with 3 to 5 carriers. And they're supposed to be putting that documentation in the file. If they get a better offer, they're going to send you the incumbent offer, and they're going to send you the competing company's offer. If they don't get a better quote, they'll probably just send the incumbent offer. Now, if you have an insured who, they're giving you pushback, what I would say is you need to give us an email back, or maybe even corporate needs to give us an email back and say, can you provide us with a market list? We want to know where this was shopped and what the feedback was, so that, you guys can show that we've done our due diligence in, trying to find the best price for the best coverage, but, the incumbent is the best option to go with. So we don't do that on every single account. As you can imagine, it could be quite cumbersome to do that, but we do it on larger accounts. A lot of my team, they're supposed to let me know about anything over $5,000 in premium if there's anything crazy going on. Anything under $5,000, I kind of let them run with it.
John, one of the things
if it doesn't, it doesn't.
that you said was, how do we tell Burns and Wilcox we need to be CC'd on any, on a particular account? I'm not talking about $1,200 accounts. I'm talking
right.
15,000 and up or something like that, where there's a service issue or something is needed and they went out.
And I think on the personal and the commercial side, just tell your underwriter. I mean, that's the person that's doing your everything. So Karen, hi, this $4 premium, I want to be CC'd on the renewal. And then we just put it in the notes. Is that right, Karen? John, is that something that, can
be done?
Yeah, I would say, do you guys keep your renewal lists and stuff? You guys know what's coming up in months.
Not really, but I'm not talking about just renewals. I'm talking about.
Hey, Bill, I think I can help you there a little bit, because this was a pain point for us in the beginning with Brightway service and some of the communication, and having the confidence that, my higher value customers were getting the service that they needed without coming directly to me for everything, when service is getting a significant portion of our commission. We have asked for a particular point of contacts for larger accounts. So there's one point of contact in service, and there's a line of communication between me and that point of contact. And it's not different service members, and there's familiarity with that account. So a lot of our larger accounts have one point of contact in Brightway service, and Brightway has done a wonderful job in helping facilitate that for us and having some communication for us, because that was a pain point for us in the very beginning. Right.
Well, and Jessica, that would be the person we need to add to this call and send wine to, right?
Yes.
Yeah, lots of wine.
Yes.
Next time, maybe we'll have those contact join that help with your large accounts, because it can be, I understand, like the world. So
hey, Bill.
Jessica for that.
Yes.
And I can take this back to our service leadership too. I for sure think it would be good to have a call like this in the future with them. But I'll take this back to them as well.
Bill,
you initiated that connection?
Jessica?
I did. Yeah, I took that to line because I just had some pretty significant accounts that was becoming very cumbersome. And, of course, you want to be there for their needs and get that.
And not at the
renewal.
last minute.
But not at the last minute, and not for every stinking little piece of service that, can be handled. They feel so much more comfortable knowing who they can call in service if there's questions on the renewal or the app, because sometimes service will send out an entire application requesting stuff that we already have asked for this customer. They're business owners. They don't have time to fill out all this.
They
stuff.
want one person. They don't want to call.
Right. They don't want to,
call a service center. I don't want to call a service center ever in my life.
Right. So if you
policy they
talk
want.
to Brightway, and I can talk to you offline, for your larger accounts, they will give you a dedicated point of contact to share with your customer. And that way it's a relationship.
Interesting. Thank you.
Well, that's good, Jessica. Thank you
It
for
might
that.
be
I didn't know
calm.
that either. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, I'll add into there. I mean, that sounds like, that's a good option with corporate. I can tell you, I know Jessica and John, I mean, and Jody too. I mean, you guys, I know that if there was ever an issue on an account midterm or you needed something done, or they're coming to you asking you that they need something done and they need it now, I know you guys are getting involved, and we'll send, let's just say we end up doing an endorsement, we'll not only send it to you, but we'll also send it to corporate so they have a copy of it as well. So, John, I know on a number of renewal accounts with you, I mean, you've reached out to me, 30, 45, 60 days out saying, hey, we got this one coming up, what do I need to do in order to get the renewal quote, or what do we need to do in order to make sure this thing,
because it's
renews?
large.
And even though, right. Yeah. So, but I think what Jessica was saying was probably, that's really good. I think you guys, that would be a great idea to get in touch with corporate and have those, on those specific accounts, to get a dedicated person, and then also keep us in the loop, because a lot of times, we're not perfect, but if you tell us, hey, John, I want to be on every single I want to be on every single endorsement, I want to be on every single renewal for this account, we make notes in our files and we make sure that not only are we sending it to corporate, but we're sending it to you as well.
Yeah, if I may, John, just to speak to what John was saying. First, Bill, one of the things that I've noticed is the people that work on the AB commercial team,
right,
are usually service people that have proven themselves, and they've proven themselves to be doing a better job, which is why they're put on the AB team. But I know with some of the accounts that I've worked with John Heener and his team, it's just an automatic that I'm getting copied on, endorsements, because he knows how involved I am in everything that's going on, and my assistant here in the office, and he just sent, it's just like an automatic. We're receiving it right away. So what Jessica Wilson said about having a go-to person is a great idea. And that's something I've always suggested, that we, have more go-to people that we could work with on certain accounts and certain things. And Brightway's helped me with that in some instances too, which is fantastic. But especially for the larger accounts, you're right. Having someone to go to a single point of contact, you got a $30, $40, $70,000 premium. You don't want them just calling into a call center and saying,
Or it comes up in your suspenses about 2 weeks before the expiration.
But I will say the AB commercial team does a fantastic job.
I agree.
They're not perfect, but they do a fantastic job. They send, even if I'm not copied on the renewal, they very quickly send me an email. Hey, we need this diligent effort. Hey, are you going to reshop this? So they're on top of it. So kudos to our AB team.
Perfect. I think
job.
That's a great segue to Karen. And Karen, can you tell them, like, if they have large personal lines accounts, like same thing, can they CC you? Do they ask you, hey, I want to, I mean, again, this is something that, you know, we're all kind of learning, but Karen, we'd love to hear about personal lines. Anybody with questions about personal lines, that kind of stuff that you guys brought up about the commercial, we'd love to, you know, hear from you too. So I'll hand it over to Karen.
Thanks. And I'm certainly open to if there's more people in your office that you want copied, but just to back up a little bit, with our new business with personal lines, it's agency bill the first year, and then renewals are direct bill. However, whenever we send a renewal out, we always send it out with a copy to the agent as well. So as John said, if your email address is on file for the policy, you're going to get a copy of it too. And hopefully everybody that I've worked with here, it's working just like that, and it's working well for you. Does anyone have any questions?
Any personal questions?
With Karen, she knows everything that they have appetite wise. So you can literally spit out a risk for her. She's like, oh, I can go here, here, here. So,
and that's why the trainings with the underwriters are very much encouraged. If you're bringing on new people or you need a little refresh, we can do a 20-minute thing like this, and Karen can say this, that, no, that, yes, that, maybe, this is what I have an indication for. You know, we don't want to waste time. Is very precious, and you don't want to waste our time. We don't want to waste your time. We would love to get in front of those guys and you sometimes. You know, there's a lot of companies, there's a lot of things going on right now. If you just need a little refresh on this is where we're hitting, this is what we can do, this is out of our realm, don't even bother sending, please reach out to me, and I would absolutely put one of these together in their 20 minutes max. I mean, it's not like you're, you know,
yeah. And phone calls can save time. I know, like with Candy, you just called, you're like, I've got this risk, should I send it over? I'm like, I can go here or here, but what's the distance to coast? What's the PIV?
Karen, if you don't mind, 2 questions that we have struggles with, and maybe you can kind of tell us. One is high value, maybe above 2 million with total flat roofs on the coast. We keep having problems with that in the Tampa Bay area. And the second question is, what is your market for short-term rentals? Any good markets there?
The answer to both is we have both. Flat roofs generally are not an issue. And that's one thing with us. We can look at a roof, we can look at the age, we can look at the pictures, we can do an ACV coverage, we can do an exclusion. It's not going to prevent us from writing a policy. Mm-hmm. So that's not a problem. We do have a number of high value contracts. Tampa has more than the Tri-County does. Mm-hmm. You can go a little older with the Tampa area than we can with the Tri-County. Short-term rentals.
Are you going?
Gosh, I was just looking at a submission today that was a 1919 $2 million home over in Tampa.
Yeah, so, that's what we're running into.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Candy, we can't go that old where we were talking earlier.
Sorry, Candy.
Depends on the area. Depends on the area. Us here in South Florida, we have our own guidelines. So
yeah.
But we try to get creative, and that's, you know, as we talk about you guys as a national partner, you know, when I'm looking at a submission, and I know I do this with a number of you, is, okay, I can't do this, but I can do this. And we're going to try to get you at least something that you can offer to your clients. Short-term rentals are generally not a problem either. We don't want them if they're like being mixed for corporate events. I've seen some short-term rental supplements come back. As John said, you know, we do like supplements for different things. A lot of times I will try to give an indication out first and say, hey, premium's going to be somewhere around $12,000. Send me a short-term rental supplement, an LLC supplement, a water damage supplement, depending what I need. That way you're not wasting the time filling all the supplements out up front if the premium is going to be really high. So that way I do like to work that way. I do want to share some good news for all of you that have condo risks. We have a new condo market that's coming out. We just got an email about an hour ago that it should be live, hopefully maybe tomorrow, but it could definitely by next week. So we're excited about that.
That's
I
amazing.
am very excited about that.
The Wild Wild West down here in South Florida needs one.
Oh, everybody needs one. Everybody needs one. When they came out and said they had this other product on the call, I was like, we'll write it, all of it. And I was like, wait, I need to know the guidelines. I got really excited. Remember, Karen, you guys were like, whoa, 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 what are the rates? What are the guidelines? I was like, yeah, I guess that's true. But
And there's no counties closed.
no count.
Not yet.
So, even if you guys wanted us to do Karen is your girl, a couple quotes, like we want feedback too. Like we go back to our partners, our, contracts, and they want to know who is winning, what can we do? We need to hear that stuff too. So we would encourage any feedback, especially the end of the year is coming and all of our, syndicates ask us for our advice. And that obviously is coming from you guys when it comes to what can we be doing better? Even if it's like this contract doesn't allow a sublimit and we want to put one on there, to even be able to write it. Because we obviously are protecting our carriers and our book as well. We don't want to write a bunch of things that are obviously going to have claims. So we actually underwrite the business. So any feedback you guys have, please share. We would love to hear it.
And just to add to that, if you have a quote that you need to beat to sell, and I can give you any extra credit, or I can change coverages, or we can finagle that, let us work as a partner to help you sell it or help you retain that renewal. I work best with the agents that are not just price shopping, that we're really trying to close the deal and provide a great policy or the best that we can.
Yeah, and I think you guys are a partner for us, and we do appreciate that. So absolutely, that kind of conversation is great. Like, even if it's, hey, can we even get a DP or whatever it is, X wind, if it's not eligible for wind, or let's just communicate that stuff so we can, bind the business. But you guys are, obviously the top. So we do appreciate everything. Karen, John, Clay, do you guys have anything else to add? I know we're over time, so I know you have your families to go back to. Anybody else have any comments, questions, anything like that? We would stay on for however long.
Hey, this is Donna, Kira. I was just wondering, do you have any idea what the total book is that Brightway agents have, or the agency as a whole?
That would be Clay. When I first started with you guys, like 2 years ago, when I came to Burns, it was a very small, and I was like, wow, you guys are so big in personal lines, and I've worked with all of you. So we've grown exponentially, but I feel like there's so much more we can do together. But Clay, do you have the numbers?
Yeah, I can tell you. Am I muted? No. I can tell you that at least through the end of August, we were just over 2 million in total premium. We've written almost $1 million in new business. So we're up overall 25% for premium this year, but our new business premium is up 28%. So it's obviously showing. I think last year I think at the end of the year, we were barely $1 million, if that.
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
So, I mean, it looks like we're
scratching the surface.
Well.
We're scratching the surface with you guys,
Yeah.
But with the market, and I think this is just a great partnership relationship. Again, I've known your organization for a long time, and it's top notch. So anything we can do to help you guys, we're here. Spread the word to your coworkers, have them reach out to me. Anything we can do, to get you guys that hard to place business placed, we will do. Anything else?
I can take a picture of everyone.
Can you?
Smile. Because I've been taking some throughout, and everyone's been a little fuzzy. All right.
There's everybody's drinks.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that's cute.
Yay. Well,
John,
thank you,
did
Kara. I know our
drink
Brightway agents have been.
I'm
sorry. I was saying, I know our Brightway agents have been hearing me beat the dead horse about our new intranet, but I did want to share Burns & Wilcox is going to have our first virtual carrier trade show for kickoff, and we're launching it early, probably sometime next week. So just in the spirit of sharing with your peers about Burns & Wilcox, we're going to do our part on the home office communication side, and hopefully you guys can check out that page sometime next week.
That would be great. We have the quote sheets on there. You guys did a great job building that out. So we're excited that you guys can go there and check out everything. And we appreciate that. And again, anything you guys need, we're here for you.
Jessica, were you on the call with our marketing people or was it just you, Gracie?
I wasn't on Tuesday. I had a conflict. It was just great.
So I don't know if she gave you the feedback, but our marketing people were blown away with what you
They
guys
said
are
they've
doing.
never
So
seen anything like that before.
she's been on
I'm
three.
so proud of them.
Yeah, she's
they
been on
took it
3
and
or
ran
4 of
with
those
it.
with some of
Yeah.
our other partners the last year, and she said
You
they
guys
don't
did
even
a
compare to what
great
you guys
job.
have done. So, and you did it
The
all
fact
like
that
on
she
your
was
own.
like,
and brought
after
it
the
to
call,
us.
she was like, stamp of approval. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I had no part in the development of it. Gracie and the rest of my team took it and ran with it. So I'll make sure that we share that with them too. But awesome.
Yes,
job.
please do.
Great. Thank you. I love to hear it.
And remember, personal lines, 1 page. I think that's one of the great things. You don't have to send. It's a 1-page fillable not application, just a sheet to quote, and it's actually on your intranet. So I can send it to you guys or just go on there and grab it. If you need it, just email me and I'll send it over.
Super easy to fill out.
And that's all the info we need to do a quote. So anything
Well,
else?
thank you everybody for your time. We appreciate it.
We do.
Thank you. It was good to
Thank
see you guys.
so much. and
Thank you
for the
guys.
wine.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye, y'all.
everybody.
Very
a great-
professional, very, very friendly.
Oh, thank
Have a
you.
great evening.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Cheers.
Is there another box of wine coming? Well, I don't know. What, are we done?
There
Can you
wasn't
make a
enough.
vodka?
There wasn't enough.
Great. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.